There is no good way to determine which LLM is the best. That's the brutally honest truth. But last week Sonnet 4.5 dropped, and suddenly every other video was just shouting the best model ever. But how do they know it? Did they get early access to the model for testing? Unfortunately, in the majority of the cases, it's just a clickable title that aims to grab your attention. But you're probably thinking, there are several ways to determine if the LLM is top tier. Benchmarks, LLM Arena, OpenRouter, and testing with prompts. Give me 3 minutes and I'll share the limitations of each technique. But before that, there is another problem. What is the definition of the best coding model? If I'll give you an imaginary model that does whatever you want, but each prompt takes half an hour, will it be the best? What about a model that solves every issue, but costs $20 for each prompt? Will it be considered as the best? There are a few key aspects to any model: performance, pricing, and execution time. Now, pricing is a bit tricky, because thinking models actually consume extra tokens while they think. But that's a topic for another video. Let's continue. In most of the cases, we're looking for a LLM that will be our copilot and will assist us generating code and fixing issues with our daily tasks. The best model isn't just about one metric. It's the balance between performance, pricing, and execution speed. Every developer values something different. Some care about raw speed, others about cost efficiency, and some just want the smartest reasoning possible. So, why is there not a good way for measuring a LLM? Let's start with benchmarks. The definition of benchmark is a standard or point of reference against which things may be compared or assessed. The idea of measuring each LLM with the same tests is great, but here's the catch. Companies like Anthropic and OpenAI are training their models specifically to perform well on these benchmarks. So, when you see a high score, it doesn't always mean the model is actually smarter. It might just be better at taking the test. But just like in any other industry, once you start optimizing too hard for the test stops measuring what really matters. It just becomes the new norm. Okay, so what about LLM Arena? If you're not familiar, it is a website that generates 2 responses for each prompt without informing the user which LLM generated each one. And the user chooses the better response. This data is collected, and after enough votes, there is a ranking of the model that generated the best code. Again, the idea here is great, but this tool lacks the execution time and pricing of each model. But that's not the main issue. Our daily development is not sending one prompt and that's it. Each coding session with LLM starts from half an hour to hours of development. And this is why Anthropic and OpenAI are limiting usage to a 5-hour window. Will you use a model that generates only the first prompt perfectly, but performs badly in long sessions? What about OpenRouter? OpenRouter is a unified API gateway for accessing hundreds of large language models from various providers like Anthropic, Google, and Meta through a single API key. With this platform, we can see the general usage of the community. It's a great indication of how the LLM is accepted and, more importantly, which LLM people are willing to pay for. But you don't know the data in real time, and especially when the model is released to the public. You need to take at least 2 weeks to get the first indication. What about testing with prompts? I don't know how you feel about it, but I hate the videos when the AI guru takes one prompt and judges the model by its execution. It's usually a to-do app that the guru expects the single execution to create perfectly. I have a lot to say, so let's start. First, who said another prompt will not generate the opposite results? Who said this prompt will be the judge? Second, just saying the first to-do app looks better is not measurable. But the most problematic is the fact that these flows are not reflecting the daily usage of developing with LLM. It's rare we execute a prompt that generates a new app, and usually the prompt is relevant to big repositories, so the key for success is that the LLM understand the repo structure. Guys, the bottom line in this video is that you need to know the limitations of each tool and don't trust the hyped AI gurus judging a model 10 minutes after releasing. Comparing LLMs is a tough question, and all the ways we mentioned have limitations. I don't have a solution, but I promise to keep looking for one. And until we get to this point, I'll try to share all the aspects that can make it easier for you to make your decision. Do you agree with me? How do you measure a new model? Let me know in the comments.